Up next, we have a new team in a new state that hasn't had an NBA team yet, but has had a college team. I've shown you landscapes, cityscapes, the beautifulness, but every single state has a grimy side, okay? This side is in New Mexico, Albuquerque, 2 McDonald's. But this is the Albuquerque Goons, the Goon Squad. Market size very small, total budget 163 mil. These aren't exactly the bad boys, but they're a light version. So here we have Gilbert Arenas, aka Agent Zero, Hibachi, Gil Zero. He has the mind of a goon, honestly. I mean, he can put 60 on Kobe, or he can take 60 mil.
So therefore, I'm gonna get all my money without actually doing anything. And you're laughing at me, why? And the 17 games only came because I signed another contract.
I know.
So I signed with Memphis that year. That was the only reason I played 17 games. Other than that, it would have been zero.
0 games, 62 million.
Yeah.
Hey,
I wasn't gonna complain.
No, not at all. It's a lot of money for not that much work.
66 million to sit on the couch sounds amazing to me. It's time for us to paint the White House black.
National championship game and ruined my one shining moment. Gilbert, can you tell them? Let's get. I don't think anybody ever knows what really happened in the locker room, right? So we only had one senior in the starting lineup, right? So we get back. Everybody's a little emotional. Everybody's a little upset, mainly because you played poorly. And so we're sitting in the locker room, and I'm like, screw it, man. Let's just all come back here, man. Just give one more run at it. And you did this.
Savage. You got Anthony Edwards. That's Ant Edwards. That's the name I could find in 2K. Ant. Not exactly a goon like Gilbert, but a goon on the court when it comes to how he goes to the rim. So much reckless abandon. 6'5", 220. Used to play football before he played basketball, so he kind of has a football mind when it comes to how he goes about the court. Hops out of this world. Anthony Edwards is definitely a top prospect to be in the All-Star game very soon. This is his second year in the league, and he's starting to do amazing things. Has 3-point skills also. Can dribble, as you can see. Then we got Jimmy Buckets, one of the main NBA goons we have right now. He basically had a practice with the Timberwolves and got all the scrubs.
I'm just going to read a little bit of Adrian Wojnarowski's report on what happened there. That you were loud, emotional, passionate, we like to say. Quote, "You effed me." How would you describe what happened today?
A lot of it's true. A lot of it is true.
Yeah, he got all the scrubs and won against the starters and told everybody they was shit. Yelled at the GM to trade me. This whole fucking team is trash, blah, blah, blah. And then he ended up getting traded to the 76ers. And then from there, he ends up going to the Heat. The Heat go to the finals in the bubble against the Lakers. They don't win in the finals, but the main person that took them to the finals was Jimmy Butler. He was the main guy. His defense is out of this world. At a certain time when he was on the Bulls, they called him the LeBron stopper. He don't back down. He comes from a rough childhood. Vin Baker. Not exactly a super goon in the league, but just a roster fit. Can do it all. Can go to the rim, shoot mid-range, do post, catch a oop, shoot a three. Is clutch. He can pretty much do what a stretch power forward can do, except he wasn't from that time. So things were a little bit more inside still, but at the same time, he can shoot a three. 6'11", 230. Not exactly the biggest, not exactly the fastest. Can't jump the highest, but he can do it all. Jermaine O'Neal, the bodyguard. I call him the bodyguard from the Pacers incidents. I say incidents, not one. Everyone remembers one, but Jermaine O'Neal has been a low-key goon out here just doing what he needs to. Drafted straight out of high school. During the Malice at the Palace, he almost, I don't even want to say knocked somebody out. It almost looked like attempted murder. The way he came in, the only thing that saved that fan from his brains being knocked sideways was that all the beer was on the court, so Jermaine O'Neal slipped. But that one punch, I remember specifically, I think he really could have knocked dude's head off, honestly. Like, he really could have, like, broke his neck or something. Because he's 6'11", 250, fam. And he's running at you, about to punch you. Like, there's no joke. Jermaine was in the stands also. It's hard to keep that man back. De'Aaron Fox, a.k.a. the Swiper. Swiper, no swiping. Super fast. Fast as John Wall when he first got drafted. Can dribble. Can shoot now a little bit. He can shoot the three, but has athleticism out the ass from his quickness. So it's hard to recover from his first step on defense. You add that with a little bit of ferociousness, you have somewhat of an NBA goon. Just hasn't really done too much outside of the court. Except he raps. He does rap. I used to have a song from De'Aaron Fox in my phone. I deleted it. But he was rapping. And he could rap you a Damian Lillard song. Speaking of rapping, we got Miles Bridges, a.k.a. RTBMB. This is the best rapper in the NBA that I've ever heard. You know, there's been a bunch of rappers in the NBA. You got Allen Iverson, you got Stack 5, you know, you got Jason Kidd, you got Chris Webber, Kobe even rapped. He has a song on the Black Mamba intro. But when it comes, Damian Lillard, but when it comes to bars, RTBMB got it. And his dunking skills are out of this world. So then we got Jalen Rose the Natural. That was his nickname back in the early 2000s.
Oh, Wayne.
The
Big
Natural.
shout, Weezy. I appreciate the love. I know I'll see you at the arena soon. We ball, ninja, like Jalen Rose. Better tell them, I got a million flows. That's love. Really, I might shed a tear. That's love. All athletes want to be artists. All artists want to be athletes. But the common denominator is everybody feel like they balling out. For him to be elite in his craft and to shout me out saying he doing what I'm doing in my craft, that's love. And he's a huge basketball fan. I'll never forget, I was playing a game at New Orleans. I was a member of the Bulls. The coach at the time, Bill Cartwright, benched Jamal Crawford and I. But we were the two best players on the team, so it didn't make sense. I'm like, he gonna bench me? And Wayne at the game? I'm like, it's on. They put me in, you can pull it up. I think I had probably like 25 in like 20 minutes. Made sure I gave him some dap on the sideline when I got an and one. So shout out to Weezy.
This team has people for the culture for sure. Montrezl Harrell, he's just a rebounding defensive guy. Has been in a fight with everyone in the league. Then we got Serge Ibaka. Last name is Ibaka, but we call him Ibaka because he sends it out of here. And he just doesn't do it once. He can do it twice. He did it a lot on the Oklahoma City Thunder. He ended up doing it on the Toronto Raptors when Kawhi Leonard was on the team and won him a ring. Got him a contract after that. Also played for the Orlando Magic. The man just blocks. He's 6'10", 230 from the Congo of Africa. And basically has jumping skills enough and ferociousness enough to block. He can shoot threes. Doesn't really have post moves, but that's okay. Don't need him in this era. Vernon Maxwell, a.k.a. Mad Max. Mad Max played for the Houston Rockets for most of his career. Was 6'4", and had a bad attitude. I think it was barely 200. Won some championships. He won the back-to-back championships with the Houston Rockets. Played with the Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler. Everyone in the NBA knew him as that guy, the bad guy. He would square up with anybody. Didn't matter who. Including Jordan. Vernon Maxwell kind of was held with a different care by the NBA and the players and everyone else because they knew he was not to be played with. They knew it wasn't a facade. They knew it wasn't fake. He was one of the most feistiest people in the NBA. Isaiah Stewart, power forward center, 6'8", 250. Recently got bloodied up by LeBron James. Everyone in the building had to hold him back. It was a scene, it was a spectacle. Reggie Jackson, pretty good at crossovers, just crossed over Russell Westbrook lately. Killed him on there. Torrey Craig, pretty good small forward, 6'6", can shoot. Lonnie Walker, 6'4", pretty good guard, small forward, can shoot. Dwayne Casey, fiery coach, got head coach of the year one time. Darvin Ham, also a good assistant coach, mid-range scoring, 3 points, layups, dunks, and low post offense, all strengths. It looks like it. Perimeter defense is a weakness, but we'll see about that. Then we got the home uniforms sponsored by Supreme and Walmart. Got the little Naruto Nike on there. Got the away Supreme and Tough Crowd. Also sponsored by Walmart. And you got the cool vest for the alternates.